I learned the value of having regular team meetings. Our team aimed to meet every week, both during the tutorial hour and for an hour out with our class. I found that during the hours out with the timetable slots, we were much more productive. This was because we were able to go away and do our own separate things on different computers, but still be in a group setting. This allowed us to get quick feedback as we were all in the same area, and we could ask questions and get an answer really quickly rather than having to wait for someone to reply to a message. It was also really useful to be able to check in with everyone in the team once a week to make sure they weren't struggling with anything and they didn't feel like they were getting left behind. It was also a really good way to communicate with each other because some things can get lost in translation when you're sending messages and texts to people all the time. Moving forward in my next group projects, I will really push to have actual face-to-face meetings more than once a week.
Hi there, I'm Kira and I'm going to talk about the most important thing that I learned from the EEE3 Value Added project. When we set up our stall, it became clear that people weren't necessarily interested in buying our products as much as we had hoped. As a team, we had to make the most of a bad day and do what we could to sell our items and generate some profit. There were many similar stalls selling Halloween-themed goodie bags in the area, so we had to try and stand out from the crowd. When people passed by, we would try to speak to them in a friendly way and politely make them aware of what we were raising money for. By speaking to passers-by and being friendly, more people began to purchase items from our stall, and some people even recommended our stall to friends who stopped by later in the day. This taught me that there is a lot of value in projecting yourself and your products with confidence and treating customers in a friendly manner. I found that in a business environment, you're not only selling your products, but you're also selling yourself. By adopting this approach, we were able to yield much better results and achieve a healthy profit for the day.
That's what I learned during this project. The main thing I have learned is the importance of being organised. We'd set ourselves deadlines and a plan every week to make sure that we get everything done in time for our selling day. For example, we decided we would go buy all our beeswaxes and snacks on a certain week and then allocated a week to get all our goodie bags made. This ensured that we would have everything ready in time, which made it easier for us on the day of selling. If we weren't organised, it would have been more stressful, and raising money for breast cancer care wouldn't have been as enjoyable.
Something I learned about myself whilst carrying out this project is that I need to prepare for any problems that we may encounter. I also need to plan solutions to any problems we may come across, so that if we do come across a problem, we have the solution at the ready and we won't have any major setbacks. Another thing I learned about myself is that it's okay for changes to happen throughout the project. If ideas get adapted or things change slightly, I need to be able to adapt myself as well to the group and able for these changes to take place where necessary.
So what I learned during the course of this project was the value of being creative. And what I mean by being creative was that the goods that we produced, we actually decorated most of the products ourselves. So this meant it set us apart from a lot of other groups who just sold chocolate bars and sweets in their original packaging. We actually had a slight advantage in which everything was homemade, and this actually attracted extra customers. People complimented how homemade everything was, and one of our other products, the lollipop ghosts, were complimented a lot on their aesthetic. I think this actually helped us to gain extra revenue, and without that creative twist I don't think we would have been as successful. So I think in future it is important to try and use a creative approach and use these skills in other aspects of my life, such as maybe even in the workforce.
The main thing I learned throughout this project is the importance of being able to think on your feet and make quick decisions to adapt to your environment. Personally, I'm the type of person who likes to spend time thinking through my decisions in order to make sure that I made the right choice. And I also like to stick to our plan and will rarely deviate from the plan unless it's absolutely necessary. However, during this process I discovered that in some situations these behaviours aren't very good in business. For example, on our sale day, I was happy to stick to our plan of staying in the campus lifeline jar stall and selling sweets to those who walked by. But due to the time of day we were selling at, the lounge was not very busy at all, so our group had to make a quick decision on the spot to split up. Half the group would stay at the stall and the other half of us would walk around campus. So as I walked around campus selling sweets, I realised that in this situation it was a good idea to deviate from the plan and make a snap decision to benefit our group. In the end, we ended up selling more sweets by walking around the actual stall, so it really paid off, and now I know that from now on I will definitely try to be less strict about following the plan exactly and be more open-minded to changes and making quicker decisions.